Let's go back inside the coach's room. I'm Petey. Let's take a look at the video on a couple of things to look for in the Western Conference Final, which starts tonight between the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. A couple things to keep in mind on this game as you watch it on TV tonight. One of the things to look for is the Dallas Stars defensemen are going to pinch. They're going to pinch deep in the zone, trying to keep the puck in on the offensive zone. Now, for the Edmonton Oilers, that can be a great thing. If Edmonton Oilers can create turnovers here, chip pucks off the wall, and look for races up in the neutral zone, they may be able to take transition plays and get the puck up the ice against the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars are going to try to keep the puck in here. They're going to allow their defensemen to pinch low in the zone, and they're going to look for opportunities low in the slot like this. They want to get these kind of opportunities in the slot area to get their best players opportunities and looks like this in the zone. Wyatt Johnson gets looks like this. Duchesne, Robertson, Sagan. They're going to try to get their best players looks like this by keeping their defensemen low in the zone. They're also going to need to use their defense. We talked about how good the Edmonton Oilers are defending right now. They're going to have to get the puck high in the zone, which helps open things up. So when you get it back here and get it to your defenseman, they're going to have to open up areas. If Edmonton chases, this is finally going to open up some areas underneath for the Dallas Stars to get some more of those slot opportunities. They need to find chances from the inside against the Edmonton Oilers. And one way they can do that is by throwing pucks at the net from their defense. Get their defense involved in the offense. It's going to be a big part of this game for the Dallas Stars. They need to find inside chances like this. And this is Duchesne. Duchesne's still looking for his first goal. He has to get on the score sheet in this series. Another thing that the Dallas Stars can do to beat this pressure of the Edmonton Oilers just against the Winnipeg Jets, they're going to use the backdoor D. That means their defensemen are going to come down off of the blue line in the offensive zone and look for this. Again, open space in the slot area, trying to create offensive opportunities, getting in front of the net area coming in off the blue line. You're going to see it again. This time it's Bishop coming in off of the blue line. Again, creating space in behind, something they're going to need to do against the tough defending Edmonton Oilers right now. And yes, I am saying the tough defending Edmonton Oilers. Again, you're going to see the backdoor D again, how well Winnipeg defended here. They covered in the middle of the ice down. So Dallas had to create, and they had to create by bringing their defensemen down and getting opportunities like this. So expect the Dallas defense to be active in off of the blue line. Another thing Dallas is going to do to try to create offense is use their speed, and their speed starts with number 4. When Rupe Hintz gets an opportunity to leave the zone, once he recognizes possession, he's gone. He's going to try to beat the opposing defense up the ice, get in behind the opposing defenseman, and stretch the zone, looking for opportunities like this in behind the opposing defense. You're going to see him not just stretching the zone, but through the neutral zone, he's going to try to use his speed to get through this difficult defense of the Edmonton Oilers. And right now, the Oilers are defending the blue line extremely well, but Rupe Hintz, using his speed, is going to get opportunities like this. Edmonton's going to have to try to keep Rupe Hintz in front of them through the neutral zone. Another player they have to watch out for is Mikko Rantanen. 5 goals in 7 games, 12 points. But he only has 1 goal in his last 5 games. He's going to have to get back on the score sheet against Edmonton. And he does a very good job of finding open ice. We talked about Dallas creating slot chances. Mikko Rantanen can find those areas of the ice. You're going to see him again here off of the rush, cutting across the middle of the ice, looking for open areas, trying to create open ice. He's going to try to do this against the Edmonton Oilers defense. He's going to try to pull them and create open ice. Another player that's going to have to pick it up in this round is Jason Robertson. Coming off his injury, not just the beginning of the season, but entering the playoffs as well. And he just hasn't found his offensive touch, and he hasn't found his speed yet. And you can see here the Winnipeg Jets are able to take the puck away from him. He's not able to get a clean shot. Again, Robertson out of the corner. Again, he's defended tight, and he's not getting an opportunity to create any offense. He's another player that's going to have to show up on the offensive side of the score sheet for the Dallas Stars. But for Dallas, one of the concerns is their defense are aggressive. And when their defense are aggressive, trying to hold pucks in at the blue line or trying to join the rush, you're going to give up looks like this. You're going to give odd man rushes up the other way. And then the last line of defense is Ottinger, who's absolutely outstanding, leads all of the goalies in save percentage. That's because he's facing the most shots. He's faced over 100 more shots than any other goalie so far in the playoffs. But you can see, again, they give up chances off the rush, but in the defensive zone. At the end of the season, the Dallas Stars struggled with defensive zone coverage. They were puck watching, they double up on the puck, and they leave openings in behind. They can't do that against the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers are too good offensively to create offensive opportunities like this. You're going to see it again, how the Dallas Stars in the defensive zone against the Winnipeg Jets doubled up and left openings in behind in defensive zone coverage that caused them problems. Again, you're going to see this in Game 6 where they're puck watching and not paying attention to the plays in behind them. This allowed Scheifele to get in behind uncontested to put this away in game 6. They're going to have to do a better job. Why? Because the Edmonton Oilers have Connor McDavid. And Connor McDavid can find open areas of the ice, and he creates those open areas all over. He's incredibly difficult to defend against. The Dallas Stars are going to need to be aware when 97 is on the ice, because you cannot give him this kind of time and space in the offensive zone. So Dallas is going to have to do a better job in the defensive zone and closing those kind of spaces and holes. Another thing Edmonton did extremely well against the Vegas Golden Knights is they got to the net. They got to the blue paint. They disrupted Adin Hill, and they got great opportunities by getting to the net hard. You're going to see it again here, how they got to the net and they created offensive opportunities by getting to the blue paint and crashing the net and causing all kinds of problems with Adin Hill. You're going to see it again on the game-winning goal of the entire series. Everybody's crashing the net and getting to the blue paint. Dallas is going to have to box them out and keep them out of this area of the ice. They can't allow Edmonton to do this to Jake Ottinger in this series. And it's not just in the offensive zone. It's also off the rush. You're going to see Brown coming in here and crashing the net off of the rush. Anytime they had an opportunity to go through the blue paint and make life difficult on the opposing goaltender, Edmonton did in the second round. They also used their speed to get up the ice quickly. Dallas Stars can't leave these kind of holes through the neutral zone and allow the Edmonton Oilers to get their speed going through the neutral zone, because just like crashing the net, they're going to crash the net here off of the rush, getting opportunities like this with Corey Perry, who had 3 goals in that second round. The other thing Edmonton did, and it's not just high skill guys flash and dash, it's about wall battles. They're winning these 50-50 battles against the Vegas Golden Knights, a team that's known for being a team that can win wall battles. They do it again here, advance the puck, getting the puck up into the offensive zone, looking for the late defenseman that's joining the play, and then creating offense from there. This team is a different Edmonton Oilers team. They can win those battles along the wall. The other thing they're good at right now is their transition game. Look at the defending they have at their own blue line. It's a good stick by Bouchard, and that allows them to get the puck going back the other way. This team has great transition speed. Their forwards get going back the other way, and they're generating offensive opportunities like this from the neutral zone. You're going to see it again. They're tight gap, good sticks, create turnovers, and go back the other way. The Dallas Stars can't turn the puck over between the blue lines, or they're going to have problems dealing with Draisaitl and McDavid off of the rush. And we talk about McDavid inside the offensive zone. Well, he's more dangerous through the neutral zone. When you give him this kind of room, he is nearly impossible to beat. The Dallas Stars have to stay above Connor McDavid in all 3 zones. Don't let him take over this series. And you're going to see him, even without the puck, his ability for his speed to dictate the game. Here he is, a full zone behind the puck carrier of the Vegas Golden Knights, but he uses his speed not just to get back into the play, but break up this play defensively and allow the team to go back the other way. Now, Connor McDavid only had 1 goal in the second round. He's going to have to find his way under the score sheet in the Western Conference Final. He's going to have to play a factor in this series. Corey Perry led this team in goals in the second round. It's going to have to be Draisaitl and McDavid leading the way again. Another thing this team did extremely well, and this is why the Edmonton Oilers are so dangerous right now, is their ability to defend the rush and see if they can do this. Good sticks against the Vegas Golden Knights, limiting their offensive opportunities and limiting their ability to create odd man rushes. You're going to see again how they just smother their opponent at the blue line, create turnovers, and then get pucks going back the other way. The other thing they did very well, again, they defended it extremely well. In this second round, they had a goals against average of 2.0. That was second only behind Carolina in defense in the second round. They don't allow their opponents to get inside the house area. They're tight defending inside the house. They don't give second opportunities. You're going to see it again, how well they're defending down in front of their goaltender. This helped Skinner get back-to-back shutouts. He played well, but it's also really good defending by the Edmonton Oilers, not allowing their opponents to get opportunities like that. And shots against in the second round, they have third fewest behind Carolina and Winnipeg. And it's because of plays like this, their ability to put pressure on the puck, again, pressure on the puck and keeping their opponents to the outside. Something that the Edmonton Oilers are going to try to do against a Dallas Stars team that's looking to get their top players open ice in the slot area. Those are just some of the things you need to look for in this Western Conference matchup between the Dallas Stars and the Edmonton Oilers. Make sure you subscribe to Inside the Coach's Room, because you don't want to miss any of these video breakdowns as this series or the Eastern Conference series continue all the way to the Stanley Cup. Thanks for joining me inside the Coach's Room. I'm Petey, and we'll see you at the rink.